Hi everyone, my name is Annal and Annal? Oh my gosh. Hi everyone, my name is Anna and thank you for watching my channel, Finance Sister. Please take a second to click the red subscribe button below if you haven't already, and if you'd like information on tips for budgeting, other information and challenges, please go follow me on Instagram at Finance Sister. As a disclaimer for this video, I'm not a certified financial advisor or a CPA or a CFP, so please go consult with someone who is for putting action to what I'm about to talk about in this video. So I think that most all of us get that money isn't everything, and if all we focus on is money and things, then we'll never actually be satisfied and we'll never feel like we really have enough, right? I want to read you this quote from Forbes, and it says, "That word enough is a relative term. We all should have our own set of unique life goals to guide financial decisions. Unfortunately, if you haven't taken the time to explore your financial plans, you may end up getting trapped in the pursuit of more rather than the contentment of enough." I think that quote is so true, and I think it completely pinpoints what we're going to try to prevent doing in this video by identifying our retirement number. If you didn't see part 1 to this video, please click the link above and go watch that video first, because it gives background and context for the research that I did on people who answered from around the globe how much money is truly enough in their minds based off of how much they currently earn. So instead of just thinking that retirement is a nebulous number and kind of like a bottomless pit that we don't know when the end is, I want to take you through 2 steps of figuring out what your actual retirement IQ is. Before we start, I want to preface saying that life happens, meaning that I don't think that we can perfectly plan out our lives exactly to a T, and that's not the goal here, but more so just to get a rough idea of what number would be able to suit your needs when you retire, and a number that also fits within your budget right now with what you currently make, not saving and scrimping just to only enjoy your money when you retire, but also now. So the first step, you might have guessed, involves your budget. So go ahead and sit down with your budget and look at what you actually would like to be able to spend per month when you retire. And then also what age ideally you would like to retire at, because that will dictate how much you need to be spending or putting away per month towards your investments to get your goal number. If you have a spouse or a significant other, please sit down with them and look at this budget too, because they're a part of that dream, and if they're not right there dreaming and planning with you, then you're not going to be anywhere near that number when it comes down to retirement, because you both need to be on the same page, and that is extremely important. For some of you, this might be like pulling teeth, because you might be like my husband, who absolutely hates talking about money and is really just not thrilled about it, even in the slightest. So I basically had to ask him, after a full day of traveling on my birthday, if he would sit down and plan and dream a little bit with me about our retirement number so that I could share it with you guys too. My husband is very much on board with budgeting, but he is definitely what we would call a free spirit if you listen to Dave Ramsey. He's the free spirit and I'm the nerd, so you kind of have to identify who you are in the midst of this budgeting journey and be able to work with each other in how you're going to accomplish your dreams and not leave one or the other out. In the name of being transparent and honest, we are going to share our dreams with you also, not just our debt. So this next little budget walkthrough is going to be of how we allocated our $6,000 a month and how we know we would be able to comfortably live off of that if we are able to save up that amount by retirement. So this is just to give you an idea of what our actual income would be allocated to, so you have an idea of what your numbers could potentially look like. And I'm not going to do line by line because that would just take too long. But as you can see, the majority of our income would be going towards lifestyle and food. So that pretty much takes up about 50% of our income. And then you can see that also a portion would be going towards traveling, because that's really what we want to be able to do. So that is kind of an overview of what our budget would look like for retirement. Now that we actually determined what our first step looks like and how much money we would comfortably be able to live off of we're going to move on to step 2. Also, having said that, life does happen, dreams change, especially if you're about to have kids and those aren't in the picture yet. Things will change a lot, but this is giving us a rough idea of how much we actually need to be spending or investing per month to get towards retirement. So I'm going to show you our results of the Chris Hogan RIQ test tool, and I put the description or the link in the description below so you can actually go over and do your own RIQ. It's completely free. Go ahead and use that, and this is what we got for our number. So this is what the RIQ tool interface looks like when you first pull it up, and it's really user-friendly. All of these dreams look amazing to James and I, but it asks you which one best describes your retirement dream. So I'm going to choose travel, and then it brings us to the next screen. What is your annual income going to be? And I'm going to estimate that it's going to be about $100,000 between the two of us over the span of the rest of our lives. And this is going to be on the low end because I know it's going to go up from here. So based off of what we already went through in our budget, we know that $6,000 a month is really all we need. And for some that might sound like a lot, but the cost of living is also going up, and it definitely depends on where you live. But $6,000 is what we have budgeted for. And we also have done this previously, so we know what the monthly payment is going to be, and it's very doable for our budget over the next 28 years. Ideally, we don't know for sure, but we think it will be. And 28 years from now, James will be turning 60. He's almost turning 32, and so that's why we're putting it at 28 years. And we are hoping to be out of debt within the next 9 to 10 months. So this will be right on track. And we already have about $8,000 to $10,000 invested in mutual funds from previous 401ks. So I'm going to leave that like that, which means that our RIQ is $2,564,000, and we need to invest $1,339 monthly. One more thing to note on this calculation is right up here in the corner, you can actually choose what your monthly goal is and start playing around with it, and also adjust the interest rate if you think that it actually automatically puts in 12%. So if you have mutual funds that are performing very well and have been for the last 15 to 20 years, you can recalculate that, and it'll tell you that you actually only have to put in $870 per month in order to get this retirement IQ number. And you can also put in, okay, say James is actually going to retire when he is 65. So I'm going to put this at 33 years and see what the difference is. Not only will we have about $500,000 more in our retirement, we only have to put in $516 per month in order to make that happen. So just play around with this. It's honestly so much fun to see what the possibilities are, and just go from there. When you see your number, I think this will be either really exciting or somewhat saddening depending on how far away you are from retirement. But my hope is that if you're in your 20s and 30s, you'll have a really good idea of what your retirement can look like, and also what kind of lifestyle you can very freely have right now as you're making whatever your annual income is. You'll really be able to see the time value of money at work and just be amazed, because it's truly awesome to see how much money can grow for you. To me, this is where budgeting really gets exciting, because you can actually see what you need to be able to put away in order to retire with dignity, not be a burden on your family or your kids, and truly live a life of financial freedom, being able to do what you want to do when you want to do it, and not having anything else keep you from giving or taking a great vacation. Like, no matter what it is, you have the freedom to do it because you planned well. If you found this video informational and you enjoyed it, I would love to hear your comments or questions below, so please do that now. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.